Yo guys, welcome back to the video. Today we'll be talking about the disturbance, and finally Sam is off the map. Sam is affecting the UK now. Actually, where I am, it's delivering 60-mile-an-hour winds, heavy rainfall. Not as heavy, but like not as heavy rainfall. Gusty winds of up to about 60 miles an hour. So that's kind of a lot of wins, to be honest with you guys. At least it's not as bad as like what you guys get in like Florida, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, the Gulf Coast. You guys have actually can recover from this season because no system has did that in September. The only system that came close was doing that, what had to be at least Larry. Okay, I know, I do tell a lie. A system that did one like that had to be Nicholas. Nicholas did form. Well, I think Nicholas formed. Yeah, Nicholas formed in September. So I thought if Nicholas formed in August, so we would have had the active trend again. But the East Pack has finally got another system. Now, honestly, I don't think this will form, but they are actually giving it a 40% chance. Central Pacific, if you have a look, there's basically none. So I don't think we'll get Hone this year, to be honest with you. The Joint Typhoon Warning Centre, actually, they have marked 92W. Now, honestly, I think this is a tropical wave. But the longer it takes to form, the less time it will have intensifying. So, it was supposed to form over here and form here into a tropical storm, then intensify and stay at its intensity over Florida over the Philippines, and then intensify as it gets up to here, intensify rapidly here, and then move up north like that. That's the track it's supposed to take. And then Inverse 93W is over here. Now, Inverse 93W is meant to go like that near Taiwan. Now, it's uncertainty because there is a cool pool up here of where Mindoro was. Now, any storm that tracks over that will just be weak because that's upwelling, and the ocean heat content here wasn't as deep as here was. So the ocean heat content here is very strong, but the ocean heat content as you move further up north, here and here, it's not as strong as down here is. So if you get the systems that completely just do that, you do get the odd one or two systems that do curve up like that. That's obviously when in the early part of the season where, those strong systems curve out towards sea. They do that. They either graze the Philippines like this, graze them like that, and then go like that. Or they either just form out here and just be a fish storm out here, to be honest. But move very slow. Because those storms move very, very slow. So that was Sam. Sam was literally moving at nearly a crawl. Sam didn't even weaken after it had its first eyewall replacement cycle. So, hopefully, Chanthu didn't weaken with its first eyewall replacement cycle either. Because with Sam's first eyewall replacement cycle, it kind of helped the storm a little bit with Chanthu. Because Chanthu went through a merger eyewall replacement cycle, then went through a normal eyewall replacement cycle, which weakened the storm down to a Category 4, and then a Category 3, and then restructured its eye, and then intensified to a Cat 5 again, then went through an eyeball replacement cycle again, weakened to a Cat 4, and then rapidly intensified again to a Category 5 to obviously its peak of 180 miles an hour. But it wasn't as strong as Surrogate. Now, people think Surrogate was 190. Honestly, I don't think Surrogate was 190 miles an hour, to be honest with you guys. So, anyway, looking at the models for the Atlantic, it actually looks interesting for the models in the Atlantic, because the models in the Atlantic actually do want to do something for the Atlantic, but for the East Pack, now for the East Pack, you only get one storm in. Sometimes in an El Nino season, you do get like those strong trending storms throughout the whole season. Obviously, here by October 10th, so it's October 5th now, so another 5 days. Obviously, you see here, you do see a tropical wave, trying to form from the Central America Gyre. So that this wave came from the Central America Gyre, which pushed it down towards here, and forms it, and it actually becomes a strong hurricane, actually, to be honest with you, in the East Pack. The waters are warm enough, but this will be the third major hurricane. Like, the Atlantic's got their fourth. So, the Atlantic is, like, well above an ace. The Atlantic is, like, properly... The ace in the Atlantic is, like, way above the long-term average on the East Pack, to be honest with you. Because the East Pack... I think the East Pack has got 89 ace. So, maybe 100 ace. So, it's not far off. But, the ace for the Atlantic is skyrocketing up. So, obviously, you do see another tropical wave. If you look here, you do see a tropical wave that does try and form. October the 10th. No, October the 11th, Monday. There. 1,008 millibars, and then obviously weakened to dry air again and wind shear, but then we intensifies again near the northern Leeward Islands. Now it's uncertainty what it's going to do, whether the ridge is stronger or higher. Well, no, whether the ridge is weak or strong. If the ridge is strong, it'll push it towards the Bahamas. If the ridge is weak, it will push it so far west and then curve it out towards the sea, like what it did with Sam. So, it is meant to be a tropical storm. So, you see, actually, it's meant to be forecasted to be a major hurricane. Yet again. So, this is meant to be our fifth major hurricane. Our fifth major hurricane. Which, to be honest, the Atlantic kind of needs a break from the majors, to be honest with you. Look. It does get, even though it does get to a Category 3, guys. So bad, guys, that was my dad. But anyway, we do meant to have two hurricanes out there. Vic, wonder if this does actually come true, and Adrian. Now, if that wave near the Bahamas does form, and that becomes Wanda, then this will become Adrian here, and this will become Berry and whatever the name storm is. I don't know. I'm not good with hurricane names. But yeah, this storm does become, I think, a depression. I think. But at this time of this year, storms can form in October in the Caribbean. Now, storms are focused on in this area here. Because storms can form up here. They can ride up the Floridan coast. They can make landfall in Florida. And then make landfall or graze the coast. And then make landfall on the coast. Or what they can do is make landfall in the Yucatan. Then the Gulf Coast. And then do that out towards sea. That's the typical October weather pattern. But last year in October, we kept seeing this pattern here. And this pattern. So, you know. I will show you satellite imagery now. You know, satellite imagery. No, that those basic. They've literally moved the. Well, you can actually see the Gulf of Mexico. Now, I think they probably will mark that area of mess of that blob in the Gulf. But, you know, I don't think they will, to be honest with you. Northwestern Atlantic, you see, there's that disturbance here. You see, it doesn't look as good as it was. Like, literally, look, there's wind shear literally all around this system right now. Wind shear is just taking a toll on this system. It's wind shear coming from the south, wind shear coming from the west, wind shear coming from the southeast, northeast, north, south, west, east. No, west, northwest. So it's coming from like west, northwest. So basically, it's moving. If the storm's moving like that, that's moving east. So it's west, northwest, basically like that. That's west, northwest. This is west, southwest. So it's just literally moving. Just literally moving west and then jogging south a bit. So, like, if a system comes up like this is what the system's meant to do. The one that's meant to forecast. So, it's, if it does make a landfall, it'll probably make a landfall near, you know, these islands here. North of these islands, though. And then skirt off towards the sea. Now, it's uncertain because the GFS can change its track. So, the GFS has kind of been more of a great model this year. Now, you can see the remnants of that cold front up here, which is, you know, respectable at some point. But that was a trough that pushed. So anyway, guys, this is the trough that came and pushed Larry. No, Larry. I mean Sam. I'm getting mixed up with these storm names because I thought we literally had Sam. Sam literally lasted longer than Larry. So this trough here literally pushed Sam. That's it. Pushed Sam towards the north. Oh, we got a thunder. Oh, guys, the UK's got thunder now. Well, where I live, anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna show that might do the water vapor. Right now, there's a lot of dry air in the Atlantic. The only bits where dry air was not is where Sam was. So the whole bit where Sam tracked, the whole of that bit's full of conducive weather, except for the wind shear. Obviously, the wind shear is not strong, but you know that's respectable at some point. You know, there is. I'll tell you where the dry air is. There is some dry air here. There's a lot of dry air in the Caribbean. Some dry air here. Some dry air here. So you know there is some dry air patches. If I show you the Atlantic and the East Pacific combo, now you see how moist the Atlantic is compared to the East Pac. Right, now, you're probably thinking, oh, well, there's a La Nina forming. Why is the East Pac still got moisture in? Think of this. The MJO, the Madden-Julian Oscillation, is now going into phase 4, which means now it will favour the Atlantic. Now, the MJO went on phase 5, 4, and 3. 3 being the Gulf, 4 being the Caribbean and the subtropical Atlantic. 4 being the Caribbean and 5 being the MDR and the MDR and the subtropical Atlantic. So You know, it is respectable at some point. I'll show you visible shortwave IR. Right now, you don't really see some spin in the east. You see there's more messiness in the Atlantic than there is in the East Pac. That's because of the intertropical convergence zone and the La Niña mixed together in the Atlantic, which is producing more clouds. But with an El Nino, you do have sorry about that, guys. You do have these systems in early of the season that do come up from the East Pac, and it just spring like that. That means that's the wind shear blowing on those clouds. You can clearly see if it's wind shear. You can clearly see when there's wind shear because you see this strong rotating air here. That is wind shear. That is the wind shear literally pushing the cloud tops of any system that just try and form up towards the north. So yeah, actually, I'm gonna do it for Alaska now. Alaska's in the nighttime now, guys. So you know it is cold in Alaska now. To be honest with you, you know they do have those those snow flurries. That's actually the jet stream, guys. This fast moving thing here, that is the jet stream. Now, well, we're not. Well, the jet stream hasn't budged because it was uncertainty what Sam was gonna do, whether it's gonna react. Whether it stayed strong as a Cat 2 and stayed as a Cat 2. Well, it stayed as a Cat 2 and just went up north, and impacted the jet stream, which moved up north, which made England nice and warm. But actually, it did the opposite. So, you know, the jet stream stayed where it was, and, you know, the jet stream has been like that since basically January, February, March, April, May. Well, March, it shift up north a little bit, and then shift down south in June and July. Then in August, it shift further south of the UK, bringing those rainy and wet, miserable weather. But then September, it literally stayed up north for the whole of September. Maybe dipping down a little bit, bringing us some rainfall, and then dipping back up. But it kept doing that, dipping up and down. But then in October, you know, the last days of September, you know, it literally dipped down south. And that's what it kept doing. And that's what it's done recently. And I don't think it's going to budge again, so yeah. Central Pacific. Now, you see the Central Pac. No, that's not really. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the Central Pacific is a void with any activity now. To be honest with you, the Central Pacific is quiet. The Atlantic, though, you're probably thinking, oh, well, there's loads of areas that the NHC can mark. Well, they need to be defined, low level circulation. So I will show no, not the sea surface temperatures. That's it. The SSTs. That La Nina actually does. Yeah, guys, Nino 3.4 is actually going down. So literally, we are heading into that La Nina right now. So, you know, if it goes down to 1, that will really favour the Atlantic. Now, a very, very strong La Nina favours the Atlantic. The stronger it is, the more favourable the Atlantic gets. Now, the weaker it is, and the more north the Nino thingy tracks. So if it goes to a warm neutral, the Atlantic is active when in a warm neutral, but I think we'll possibly have a weak El Nino next year. That is my bet, because we do need an El Nino season, because from 2016 and onwards, we've had active seasons. Like 2016, 17, 2017 season was bad. 2018 was average. 2019 was also bad. 2020 though, that was extremely bad. Same with this year, this season. Even though we saw less major hurricane landfalls, but this season's still been very bad. So, looking at the El Nino, La Nina graph, we've been trending down. So, October 5th, we're there. So, it did go up a little bit yesterday, but then it went down. So, it did go up a tiny bit, maybe by a point. It's like 5 point, it was at 5.6 yesterday. So, it went up to about 5.4, and then went down again, which is now at 6. And if it keeps going down, then it's going to rapidly go down. I honestly think we're going to go rapidly go down. The Nino 1 Plus 2 is actually going back up. Now, Nino 1 Plus 2 did briefly go into a La Nina. Now, this is that bit here. This is Nino 1.2. Well, yeah, 1.2 there. So, Nino 4 is actually going down. Nino 3 is also trending down as well, guys. So, yeah, all the models are saying we're trending into a La Nina, basically. That's 1, 2, 3 models out of 4. So 3 out of 4 are saying. So when it's high likely, so in like July when we had that dip down again, there was only 1 out of 3 models, 3 of the El Nino or La Nina things, whatever you want to call them, the Enzo graph, were predicting La Nina. So I thought, okay, we're probably going to get it in late August, late September. So I was right, are we actually going to get it into late September? So yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to have to end the video here because, yeah, this video has been going on for quite a long time. So yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed the video, just feel free to smash the subscribe button, and also leave a like and comment down below. And also, please get me up to 50 subscribers by my birthday, because there'll be a big surprise I'm releasing on my birthday, and you guys do not want to miss it. It's another anime. I'll tell you, but it's another animation, but you guys will love this animation. Trust me, you guys will love this animation. It literally took me ages to do. So long. This animation I was literally doing since January, since my first YouTube channel. So I got copyrighted by stupid people who copyrighted my YouTube channel. Now, if they're still watching this video, if they're watching their channels, I know what your names are, and I've still written them down, but I'm not saying in the video, because that will not be fair. So anyway, guys, I forgot to, I forgot to show you the, seats of thermometers for the Atlantic City Me. Quick show you then. Better start getting off, so, yeah. Anyway, it's actually warming up here, to be honest with you. But, the Caribbean has cooled off a bit. But, the Caribbean will obviously get back to 31 degrees Celsius. Obviously. Same with the Bahamas. like, this bit has cooled off a bit. The reason why all this bit has cooled off a bit, because the cold fronts, like that. Now, this time of year, the cold fronts always do this. So, they do, obviously, it's had an impact on the, East Packs waters as well. So, obviously, they do this. So, it cools the water down here and cools the water up here. And you do get the cold fronts that do actually do that as well in the Caribbean. So, yeah. Anyway, the Atlantic's still favourable for tropical cyclone formation. Anywhere from here, systems can still form. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to smash the comment, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Anyway, see you all in the next video. Peace and have a good day.